Okay. First of all, how did you get involved with AF, AFSP?
Yes. So, Sean, I am a suicide loss survivor. My name is Brenda Williams Denbo, and I live in Nashville, Tennessee. And I am originally from Texas. I married a musician. You know, that's the story of a lot of people in Nashville. And we came to Nashville back in 1985, no, 86.
Mm.
And my husband struggled with depression for years. And in 2012, we lost him to suicide. So that is, you know, that is a devastating loss. About a year, well, it was actually that fall, I had some friends who walked in the AFSP Out of the Darkness community walk here in Nashville. AFSP, by the way, stands for American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, and they're a national organization. They have chapters in every state. Anyway, the chapter here has a walk. You know, they have walks across the state, and the one in Nashville, I had friends go to that. He died in July. They went to the walk in September or October, and they sent me a text from the walk, and I was like, it was the first I'd heard of it when they sent me that text and the picture. I was like, what are they doing? Wow, this is really cool. Mm-hmm. So I was determined there and then to be at the very next walk the next year. So in 2013, I showed up to my first Nashville Out of the Darkness walk. And as you know, Sean, it is quite a powerful and very moving experience.
Yes, it is.
And I decided that the way I would honor my late husband and keep his memory alive and try to help others was to get involved in suicide prevention. So I signed up as a volunteer in 2013. And in 2015, I joined the board. And in 2018, became co-chair of the chapter for Tennessee. And I'm still chairing the chapter today. So that's the long story short.
Okay. Well,
or maybe it's long.
Okay, well, nah, it's not long. It's not how long, but I came across AFSP when I was volunteering at the Memphis Crisis Center back in 2018, I believe, 2017, 2018, I believe, and I just felt that I just wasn't doing enough to I could do more to help people with help with suicide, and that's when Tanya and Cap was first brought to my attention. And I went to the very first meeting. I said absolutely nothing in the first couple of meetings because I just wanted to learn. So I just so I was just a quiet person. So the first walk that I went to, it was pretty good. It was pretty good. It was pretty good, and I cannot wait to do it again in 2019. So went back and did it again. Now, of course, we walked from different locations because of everything that went down. But let me ask you this. I know everything's opening back up, so I know we're probably going to have the walk-in here in Memphis in October. But
yes,
are y'all having a walk-in? The walk is in y'all might have it's in Nashville, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. Memphis is having its walk. Oh man, and the date's on my phone, and I'm using my phone for this. This recording. So I'll give you the date, and you can share it on your podcast.
Okay, yeah.
video podcast later. But yes, Memphis is having its walk in October.
Mhm. If y'all were
I'm
having a walk in
thinking,
that.
yeah, I think it's mid-October, maybe.
Yeah.
And then it will be at the Memphis Botanical Garden again.
Exactly.
Yes. So it is happening in person this year. So yay.
Yeah.
I can't wait.
Oh, what about the one in Nashville? Because I know Kat is like everywhere. Kat is like is everywhere. Yeah, she's there
Yes.
everywhere.
Yeah. Actually, Kat Cloud, our area director, she was
Mhm.
our only staffer for the state. She has moved on and she is now working for another organization, but we have a new area director. Her name is Megan
Okay.
Gwaltney, and
Okay.
you will get to meet her at some point, I'm sure, either
Okay.
on a call or something.
Okay.
She's the new area director. She will probably be on some Memphis volunteer calls and stuff. So,
Okay.
and she's been doing a great job. We miss Kat, but Megan has done wonderfully so far.
Mhm.
She joined in June. So yeah, the Nashville Walk is happening in person at Two
Mhm.
Rivers Park, which is a city park
Mhm.
over near Opryland in Nashville on October 30th. So it
October
might be a little
30th.
cold. Ours might be a little cold because the later in October you get, wow, it just, the weather just gets crazy. But
Let me write that down.
we are going to be in person, rain or shine. And I'm sure Memphis is the same. So I look forward to it.
30th. October 30th, where?
The Nashville Walk is at Two Rivers Park. It's over by Opryland.
Okay.
October 30th. Yeah.
No, a 3-hour drive is nothing for me. So
Yeah.
so I would love I would absolutely love to be down there.
You can definitely come. You
Mm.
can definitely come. I will not be there.
Okay.
But Tim, my husband, who you've met, will be
Yeah.
there.
Okay.
Josh Easler is our committee chair, our walk
Okay.
committee chair, and I'm co-chairing with him this year. So he will be there.
Okay.
And our Megan, obviously, and then our board members who are in Nashville will be there.
Okay.
And then at the Memphis Walk, Tanya will be there.
Absolutely.
Megan, you probably will get to meet her at the walk. She will probably be there.
Mhm.
So, and I'm not sure yet. I went to the Memphis Walk in 2019, so I was there.
Oh, really?
I was.
Really?
Yes.
Hmm.
And then I'm gonna do my best to get to the various walks across the state. I'm not sure yet which ones I'll be able to go to, but I'm gonna try to make as many of them as I can. So anyway, the walk, which I can explain, Sean, I don't know if you've talked about the walk before on your podcast, but it is just a community.
I have no.
You haven't? It's just a community walk coming together. And this will be people who've lost someone to suicide, like myself. Sean, I don't know if you've lost anyone personally, but I know your story. People who struggle with suicide and depression.
Mhm.
There are people who just work in mental health field, people who are friends of someone who've lost, or family, or they just support the cause,
Mhm.
So it's really, and it's families, it's kids, it's dogs, and not cats, but dogs coming out. People
Mhm.
bring their pets.
Yeah.
There's music. There is some sharing time before the walk gets started. There are some fun activities happening. There are a lot of booths and things. There are resources there. You see mental health organizations there. And then again, there is camaraderie. There is a feeling of community and coming together in support of suicide prevention and supporting those who've lost and those who struggle. So it's just a wonderful, very powerful event. We give out colorful beads based on the kind of loss or the type of support that you're bringing to the walk, the reason you're there. So you look around, you can see by everyone's bead color what brought them to the walk. And it is just very moving, very moving. I'm going to cry thinking about it. So
It is.
anyway,
Yeah. It is because I picked up a few beads. I picked up the color for support. Can't remember which color that was.
yeah, I think it's blue.
Uh,
I think you're right.
okay, yeah.
Supporting the cause is blue. Mm-hmm.
But
And my,
yeah. Somebody I went to high school with. I did find out that find out later, like 1 or 2 years, possibly 3 years after he committed suicide. So and so that's the first time somebody that I went to school with committed suicide. I actually did not attend the funeral though. But somebody I did go to school with, he actually ended his life.
I'm sorry.
I know for me, I was bullied. I was made fun of. I'm going to try to give you the cliff notes if I can. Um, um, just running through a couple of the incidents that had happened to me. I had my shorts pulled down. Um, I had trauma when I was 10. So I got hit by a car when I was 10. I had another bike accident when I was 14. So I had like 2 bike accidents within a 5-year span.
Mm.
And so I kind of thought that was contributing to my depression, along with anxiety, bullying, whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
And the first time I had thoughts of suicide, I was in my 20s. I was in my early 20s.
Mm.
And not going to get into the details of what I thought, but I just recently had a MRI on my brain. Well, I went to a neurologist recently,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
they wanted to run some tests on me. They wanted to run some tests on my brain, and they did what they call the EEG, and they also did an MRI as well. And so it was recommended by my counselor. She asked me, "Have you ever seen a neurologist?" And I said no. She said, "Well, I won't want that for you because maybe you can find out what's going on with your brain, thoughts of suicide."
Mm.
I went back for the results on Monday, and the results came back pretty good. So my MRI looked great.
Yeah.
My
Good.
EEG was pretty good, but I do remember my neurologist asking me, "Are you open to medicine?"
Mm-hmm.
And I said yes. And I said yes. I'm very open to medicine because I had never taken medicine before. So now I am on a light per prescription just to see how it works. It's like
Okay.
real light. So I'm on a real light per prescription. The pills are just like this big though.
Yeah.
This big though. But yeah,
Yeah.
they got me on a real light per prescription. But something that had happened last Saturday that shook me a little bit. I've told you about it. I went to bed Saturday night. I did not take my take my NyQuil because I take NyQuil because I have broken sleep almost every night of the week. But this night I didn't take it. So what happened was I went to sleep Saturday night and I had a silent nightmare that I overdosed on pills. And I overdosed, called
Right.
911, walked out of the house, stumbling, and I had a dream that the ambulance actually passed by my house.
Oh my
The
goodness.
ambulance passed by my house and I was raising my hand like, right here. Fell out.
That's a
And
vivid dream.
yeah. And
Wow.
at the point that I fell out, that's when I came to. That's when I came to. That's when I opened my eyes and I was like, wow,
Ooh.
I really thought. I really thought.
Ugh.
I
Well, I'm
really
glad.
thought. I really thought. Sometimes when you are deep in a dream or a nightmare, you really think that.
Yeah.
So I really thought I was.
Thought it was real.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought it was real.
Thankfully, it was not.
Yeah.
And you think it was an anxiety that you're going to take too many of the pills that you're taking now or
No,
was it?
because that dream actually happened before. That dream actually happened.
Oh, okay. I
Yeah,
got
that happened before I started the meds.
you.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah, it happened right before I started the meds,
Yeah.
and so, yeah, so I thought about that quite a bit.
Yeah. Oh my gosh.
I thought about that quite a bit. Yeah.
Well, Sean, I want to say I'm sorry that you struggled, but I really admire all your efforts to raise awareness and talk
Absolutely.
honestly about what you go through every day.
Absolutely.
Suicide. I just want to transition here and talk a little bit about suicide in Tennessee, if that's okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just in general, some facts.
Oh, absolutely.
Suicide is the ninth leading cause of death here in Tennessee. It's 10th leading across the country.
Yeah.
It touches 1 in 5 American families, and yet we here at AFSP and in the mental health realm feel that it is preventable. Not 100% across the board. We're not ever going to be able to stop it from happening completely.
Yeah.
But we believe it is preventable. We can stop it. So why shouldn't we try? The American Foundation for Suicide Prevention, a little bit about us. We were founded in 1987 by survivors of suicide loss. We now have chapters in all 50 states, including Tennessee. The AFSP's aim is to create a culture that's smart about mental health. We want you to treat your mental health just like you do your physical health and normalize the conversation about mental health. Just like we talk about cancer and diabetes. We didn't used to talk about those things, but we do now.
Right.
Just like we talk about those things, we want people to be free and emboldened to talk about their mental health. I think with the pandemic that we have been through, and we're still kind of eking our way through, still trying to get through it, mental health has risen to the awareness about mental health has risen to the forefront. Indeed, by by all the stories we've heard. But our goal is to save lives and bring hope to those who are affected by suicide. We are donation supported, and we work at 4 different things. We are the largest private funder of suicide prevention research in the country. So apart from the government, we're the largest private organization funding research on suicide prevention. So all the new medications, best practices on therapies and things like that, a lot of those came from studies that AFSP helped to pay for. So we're really proud of that. We also do advocacy at the legislature and in Congress here in Tennessee, and in Congress and in states all across the country. We do education. So we do free education, suicide prevention education and training for schools, civic groups, churches, all kinds of workplaces and organizations and all age groups. So we do those things. And then we also do awareness. And we raise funds to do all of those all of those activities. And then the fourth thing we do is support. So we have support programs for people who've lost someone to suicide. And I'm a volunteer for a couple of those. So those are the things that we do. Tennessee, as I said, we have, we're rated number 20 out of the 50 states with our suicide rate. So we're in the top half for sure. More than 4 times as many people died by suicide in 2019 in Tennessee than in alcohol-related motor vehicle accidents. We have suicide is the 3rd leading cause of death for ages 10 to 24 in Tennessee, and the 2nd leading cause of death for people your age, Sean, 25 to 34. I assume you're in your
35.
30s.
So
You're 35. Okay,
yeah.
so just beyond that, it is the 4th leading cause of death for ages 35 to 30. Yeah, 35 to 44, I think. All that to say, it is a problem. It is a problem. We are hoping to, like I said, we're never going to wipe it out completely, but we want to reduce it. Our goal is to reduce it by 20% by the year 2025.
Yeah.
So those are just some quick things. The community walks that we do across, you'll see people walking and raising money for the Memphis Walk.
Yeah.
And that money goes directly to support all the things we do. We have very little overhead. If you look us up on Charity Navigator or here in Tennessee, givingmatters.org, you'll see that we have low overhead and a big portion of our money goes back to the programs and services that we do across Tennessee.
Okay.
So, anyway.
That's great.
Yeah.
We only have about 4 minutes left. So,
okay.
I'm a big sports fan, and one of my favorite players in the NFL on my favorite team. I'm pretty sure you heard of Dak Prescott. Dak Prescott.
Dak Prescott. Yes.
Yeah. He lost his brother to he actually lost his brother to suicide. He lost his brother to suicide in 2020. Yeah. And there's and I Google the name Hayden Hurst. It's a guy who plays for the Atlanta Falcons. His name is Hayden Hurst. He talks about his struggles, how he almost committed suicide when he was in college. And so, I think just professional athletes are bringing mental health to the forefront.
They really are. They really are. I've seen in all sports lately. I'm talking about who was on the front page of Time magazine.
Naomi Osaka.
Naomi Osaka talking about her mental health struggles.
Yeah.
I'm glad they're talking about it. So.
Kevin Love will be another one. Kevin Love plays basketball for the Cleveland Cavaliers.
There's a football player, Solomon. I can't remember if Solomon's his first or last name, huh?
Thomas, I think.
Solomon
Thomas.
Last name. Lost, yes. Lost a family member to suicide. He's very involved with AFSP nationally. So.
Yeah, there's a video on YouTube. You should check it out. YouTube, there's a video called Casually Suicidal. Just Google Casually Suicidal. And there's a video of a lady who was in college in New York. And she was talking about how people were actually joking about suicide. It's really good. It is like really good. It's really good.
I have to agree with her. I feel like a lot of entertainment, movies, TV, they use suicide as a plot point or a joke line. They set up a joke with it or something like that. And until it happened in my family, I didn't really pay attention to that stuff. But once it happens to you, it
Yeah.
you can't help but not hear that and see
Yeah.
that in
Yeah.
stories on TV or in
Yeah.
movies. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
All right.
I wish they would be, more sensitive about those kinds of plot points. But anyway, thank you,
This was fun.
Sean, for
Yes,
having
ma'am.
me on.
Thank you.
It's good to see your face, and I hope to see you very soon.
Absolutely.
Okay, thanks.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
All right.